Hello, it's visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. Dear professors, research scholar, I am audible to all of you. Anyone
Yes, sir.
other than Gandhi, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So today's speaker, Mr. Akshay Mastud, has joined with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir? All of you?
Yes, I am fine. We are also fine.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start this session.
Mm-hmm.
I welcome Mr. Akshay Mastud in the faculty development program on electric vehicles, sponsored by AICT Atal Academy, organized by Mechanical Engineering Department, Veer Mata Jijabai Technological Institute, Matunga, Mumbai. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
We start this session with a brief introduction of Mr. Akshay Mastud. Mr. Akshay Mastud presently serving as a design consultant and a mentor at Polar UAE LLC, United Arab Emirates. He have more than 5 years of industrial and academia experience. He has MTech with specialization in automotive technology from College of Engineering Pune and ARAI Pune. He is a co-founder of COEP Sunrisers Research Lab, which designed and developed electric vehicles. He also co-founder of Cortex Enterprises organizations deals in product designing and 3D printing services. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for brief introduction. First
Yes,
of
sir.
all, I want to begin with this particular presentation with warm welcome to all of you this session. Okay, I want to thanks VGTI and ATL organizer and other delegates to give me opportunity to present in front of you. Okay. I'm sure that all guest speaker give the brief introduction or brief idea about the electrical vehicle and its fundamental things. Just a moment, I'll share. My screen is shareable. I mean, it's visible to all of you. Hello.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Okay, 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 fine. Okay, okay. So, okay. So before start of this session, I would like to I would like to clarify about the three things. Okay. First thing is that this is design and development of electric solar vehicle with respect to very specific constraint and a rule described by ISIE, that is Imperial Society of Innovative Engineers, for Asia's largest solar electric championship held at Bhopal. Second thing about this particular so project, whole project, there are so many people. It's a collaborative work of many people. I'm here just a representer. Okay, I lead a team for two versions of this electrical vehicle. So we will discuss about this thing. Okay. We will discuss about, my skeleton of the presentation is based on the three factors. First is that we'll discuss about brief design discussion. Obviously, we have a very short period of time and the entire project can't be explained in just 1 hour. Okay. So we'll discuss brief design discussion. After that, second, we'll discuss about I will show you some CAD and some CAD means computer aided designs. those who are not from mechanical background, for them the CAD we'll discuss. I will show it to you. Third thing is that the actual implementation of the system. Okay, so this is the skeleton of the presentation. Again, I am repeating my skeleton of the presentation. First we'll discuss about the brief brief information regarding the design. Second, we'll discuss about the CAD. I will show you some CAD work of a system or any part if it is there. And the third is actual implementation of the vehicle. Okay, so total we developed 4 vehicles under my control. We developed through 2 versions. Okay, and the entire project is about 8 months. Okay, so the starting of the 2 months we developed the whole lab, including all, we purchase machineries related to the tools and all. And after that entire 4 to 5 months is our design period. Okay, and the final 2 or 3 months is some manufacturing and development, and last 1 month is the testing and modification. Okay, so this is the thing. The entire project is about 8 months. Okay, entire project is about 8 months. Out of that, the 1 month we develop the lab. Okay, after that we make the plan. Okay, after that we make the plan. After that we make the designs. I mean, we make the plan for design, we did the design, and after that we go for the actual manufacturing, and the last phase is nothing but what, testing and modification, rectification of the system. Okay, so we develop already we I told you, we develop and design 4 vehicles. So these are the 4 vehicles, solar electric vehicles. Every version have its own specification. So in front of you guys, you can have a look. These are the specification for the 3 versions of the car. Okay, so we will today in this session, as we'll discuss about the first version of the vehicle, as it is very simple to understand and very simple to practical point of view, very simple to gain this particular thing, how we can relate the theoretical thing with respect to the practical things. Okay, so these are the specification, basic specification. The speed is about 40 to 45 kilometer per hour. Weight is about 170 kg. Batteries is lithium ion of specification 48 volt, 65 ampere hour. Transmission and motor is BLDC hub motor. The capacity of that, the rating we can say, or power rating, is about it's 2 kilowatt approx. Solar panel is, we use monocrystalline. Efficiency is about 13%, and more than 13 to 18%. Drum, and we use the combi brake system here. Okay, and this is a first vehicle, is a single seater vehicle. Okay, so these are the some basic specification of the version 1. Okay, here we have the lab. Okay, so that you will get to know what I did with the team, along with the team. So these are the some glimpses or pictures, you can say. Have a look just for 2 minutes. So these are our lab, all machineries are there, related tools and everything is there. Our team is consist of a different group of people, like electrical, electronic, mechanical. Okay, and this is the particular vehicle what we are going to discuss. Okay, so this is very basic vehicle. Okay, as we don't have the so much of the, at the initial period of the time, we don't have the so much of the time and the fund. Okay, so this is a basic vehicle what we have to discuss in this particular session. Okay, okay, so solar electric vehicle, guys, divided into 2 kinds of the system. First one is a mechanical system, and second one is a electric electron system. I'm sure you all aware of all these systems. So about, according to me, according to my study, about 45% it's contributed as a mechanical system in electrical vehicle. electrical vehicle, and about 55, roughly 55% is about electrical electronic system in the vehicles. Okay, in mechanical system, these are the things: chassis, steering system, braking, suspension system, transmission system, body. Electrical electronic, its system consists of motor, controller, battery and BMS, that is battery management system, solar panel and MPPT. Okay, maximum power point transmission, tracking, sensors, switches and wire harness. So these are the things we have to discuss. Again, I am telling in which we are going to discuss. First thing is that we are going to discuss with respect to very specific constraint and a very crisp manner. Okay, which is given by the ISI. Okay, that is Imperial Society of Innovative Engineers. They give a specific constraint and rules. According to that, we design our system. Okay, and in which we are going to discuss every design calculation, rough, in a very broad manner, not in detail. Okay, so okay, how we start this particular electrical vehicle? So we start with this particular electrical vehicle with this system layout. To understand, every member of my team should understand where is the part. Electrical member, electronic member should understand, or mechanical member also understand where is the exact what we have to do. So this is the system layout. Okay, so we start with let's start with battery here. Okay, or I can start with motor here. Okay, so this is the motor. It is connected to drive. If you have the transmission and all, so we can, gears, we can use it here. It is connected to the wheels. Okay, either you can connect it to direct wheel like we develop as a hub motor, or you can connect it to the shaft through the gears. Now this motor is connected to, just a moment, this motor is connected to the battery via control circuit here, and the battery, it is obviously, this is a battery which is connected to all electrical electronic system of the vehicle. There is one more battery is here at the control panel, which controls small battery, is a 12-volt battery, lead acid battery, which control the all accessories. We're going to discuss this particular thing, all accessories, basic accessories. But this particular battery, it is the main battery which controls the motor torque and the speed. Or okay, and here we have the solar panel. Okay, and the solar panel is connected to battery system with a voltage stabilizer, or we can say MPPT here. Okay, MPPT. This is nothing but what electrical electronic system, and in mechanical it consists of accelerator here, obviously brake pedal is here, braking system is there, wheel is there. Okay, and all this is the brake line, and whatever the black line you are observing, these are the wiring harness, you can say. So we start with this system layer. Okay, we have to develop this particular kind of the we have to develop or design or implement the in the vehicle. Okay, so this is a basic layout to understand the solar electric vehicle. Okay, as this is I'm sharing my experience how I start with this particular project. Okay, and here we have the control, just a moment. Okay, and here we have the all control, or we can say dashboard, on which we have the light, brake light, we have the ignition switch, we have steering is there, after that battery level indicator is there, after that charger, charge kill switch is there, charging indicator is there, motors are motors voltage and current reading is there on this dashboard. Okay, and other things like we can control headlight, tail light, like this. So okay, so these are all functionality is available, or we design on this dashboard. Okay, practically we'll definitely will going to discuss all these things in, how we implemented practically in very short period of time. Okay, so we'll start with the first system, that is chassis. Okay, so this is the first system, chassis. Okay, and this is a design methodology. How we started with the rough sketches. We selected, okay, we studied and we selected, we have to design with respect to tubular kind of, you know, roll cage design. Many chassis are there. You those who are a mechanical background, they are very much familiar with chassis, right? Body on frame chassis is there, uni body, monocoque, tubular, roll cage. All these are nothing but what types of chassis are there. So we selected roll cage kind of, okay, roll cage kind of the chassis. Okay, and the material is, I think, ASI 1018. Yes. Okay. So first step of design methodology is start with a rough sketch. Okay, after that go for CAD modeling in CATIA V5. After that you have to go for crash analysis in ANSYS or Hypermesh. For first two versions we use ANSYS. After that the next version we use Hypermesh. Okay. After that you have to do the analysis, stress and deflection analysis, find out any weak point, and again you have to change in the CAD modeling according to the what kind of the result you are getting in ANSYS. Okay. After rectifying all these things, again you have to follow the same thing, again go for the crash analysis. If you are, you know, satisfied, or if you are getting the proper reading with the under the certain range, then you have to go for the prototype development. In the prototype development, you will get to know, okay, this is my chassis, how it looks. Okay, we'll get to know the position of every system. Okay, position of every system means what? Where we have to keep the battery, where we have to mount the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal, where is our sitting position, where is our solar panel position, where is our MPPT position. Like that we are in practicality, we understand. Okay, in prototype development. See, in prototype development you can use any kind of the material. We use the plastic tube of plastic pipes we basically use. Okay, and again, if you find any practicality point of view, any difficulties or anything, you have to modify, rectify the things. Again you have to go redesign the things here. Okay, and follow the same thing here. Okay, unless and until you are not satisfied completely from every member, from every member of each department. Okay, so this is the thing. So you can say prototype is a very important thing for actual implementation point of view, or you can say it's a manufacturing stage. Okay, so this is the design consideration. Okay, weight of the chassis should be low as possible. Our weight of the chassis is, you are very surprised to know, it is almost 20 to 25 kg of entire weight. I actually weighted this particular chassis. I will show you the pictures. Okay, after that the design should be allowed for a driver egress of 5 seconds. Means what? Visibility point of egress of 5 seconds means what? In any case, if any electrical issues are come or any failure of the system comes. Sir, hello.
Sir, free.
Yes, sir.
Sir, some voice is coming.
Yeah.
என்னன்னு தெரியல எனக்கு.
Hello.
காலையில ஒர்க் ஆயிட்டு இருந்துச்சு,
Hello,
எடுத்துட்டு
Srinivasan
திருப்பி
sir,
கனெக்ட்
please
பண்ணோம்.
mute yourself. Hello.
புரியுதுங்க. நவீனம் பாஸ்கர் தான் நம்ம பண்ணியிருந்தோம்.
Yes, sir, you can mute him. I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello. Some,
Yes, sir. Please continue.
okay. Okay, fine. So this is the chassis. I think some people are busy. If they put it on, muted mode, that is quite better for me to explain from my point of time. Shall I continue, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can continue.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. So these are the design consideration. First is weight should be low as possible. Second is that the egress of the driver is 5 seconds. Egress means what? If any failure is there from the driver's safety point of view, he can immediately comes out from the vehicle. Okay. Third is nothing but what? The driver should have the vision of 200 degrees. Okay. With 100 degree on either side. So visibility means what? If the driver position is this, okay, so he have the entire area of the visibility is almost 200 degrees. So this visibility area is 200 degree, and out of 100 degree on left hand side and 100 degree on right hand side, like this. Okay, so this is the thing. And fourth one, obviously the driver comfort. Okay, and here if you observe, just okay, here if you observe, these are the parameters what we selected after doing again and again trial and error. We finalize these are the parameters. Okay, and from this is my experience. Okay, all of you, I want to share this particular experience, that it's not the case that whatever we are doing the design point of view, it is always applicable for the practical point. No, it is almost, there is a 20% change is there. Always there is a 15 to 20% change is definitely there. Okay, so these are the design point of view parameters what we finalize. Okay, that is maximum length is 1500. This parameter also they have the as per the rule book, the constraint is there. Okay, so within that constraint we have to manage all the parameters, and obviously we have to take care of other systems too, as it is a definite requirement. Okay, maximum width is this 1300 mm, height is 1100 mm, pipe what we selected 25.4 mm, and the thickness of that pipe is almost 1.2 mm, and material is AISI 1018. Okay, so all these parameter is very important. It's a basic parameter or basic parameters related to chassis. Okay, our intention is that design should be follow all the rules and regulation first. Second is that weight should be as minimum as possible. Okay, because in TI means what? Technical inspection before the endurance round, they will check the weight of the entire vehicle. Okay, so that is very important criteria. Okay, so this is a front view, this is a side view, and this is a top view of the vehicle chassis. Okay. Design methodologies after the next step. See, in a first step we design the CAD model. Okay, we design the CAD model of the chassis. In a second step we have to follow the crash analysis. Okay, in which we have to follow some tests. Now why we required, why we required all these tests? Definitely we have to check, okay, in each test whether our chassis is standable or not. Okay, and this is a requirement, and this is a design report requirement also. Okay, so front impact test is front impact test, side impact test, bending test, torsional test, and bump test. Okay, and these are also followed in the commercial vehicles also, that what you are observing on you experience the cars on the roads, or conventional cars basically. Okay, and what we are going to find from all these tests? Deflection and stress plot. Okay, under all these states. So these are the nothing but what? Simple. We make the CAD model, we do the meshing, and after that we come to this ANSYS. In ANSYS we are doing meshing and all. Okay, and we are giving some constraint, or we are following some theories, and we'll get to know the stress point or deflection point here. Okay, which is a weakest part, stress point. Those who are non-mechanical I don't know they are aware or not, but I want to give you a very short uh, uh, statement. Why we are doing? We are doing to understand which is the weakest part in the chassis when they are facing such kind of the impact. Okay, front, side, bending, torsional, and bump. So in which we have to understand which is the weakest part, and this is depends on us that we have to go further or not, because the changing with respect to each parameter, it is difficult at point of time. Okay, so it depends on us, we have to go for or not. Okay, almost you can say 95% if you are getting positive results. That means I want to show you something, that is it depends on this data. Okay, we have the center, we did front impact test, side impact test, bending, torsion, bump, and we are getting the values. Okay, uh, I mean these are the force values what we apply on the vehicle. Okay, and we'll get to know, okay, this is a stress, this is a deflection, and this is a factor of safety. Now this particular range, if is under some specific acceptable range, then we will go, no problem, we will go for the chassis development. Okay, so this is the analysis of, this is a pictorial uh, view or pictures of all the test what we carried in ANSYS. Okay, and these are the data analysis. I'm okay, no need to, I mean, so this is the data analysis basically. Okay, and this is what we discussed, that after doing all the test and after modifying, after designing the CAD model, after doing all crash analysis, okay, and following all the station test and carrying the data analysis, we go to the next step, that is a prototype development. Here we develop the prototype, very basic prototype, with the help of the plastic pipes. Okay, so that we'll get to know, okay, driver position is this, steering position is this, battery position is this, my accelerator and the brake position, brake pedal position is this, my control panel, or what we can say a dashboard is this. Okay, my lights, headlights is this, my tire position is this, my brake line is this, my wire harness is this, my motor is this. So we have to understand roughly, and the team should understand roughly, each member, because mechanical people don't know about the wiring things, many times it happen, and the electrical electronic people don't know about its the position where we have to keep our accessories, or so that point of view, this is very helpful. Okay, and this is the chassis. At the end, we make the chassis like this. If you observe carefully, initially we just weld it with a spot welding. Okay, so this is the chassis. Okay, see, follow the flow, all of you. I'm requesting to all the fellows here, that follow the flow. That is, initially we develop a CAD here, after that we go for design, crash analysis. Okay, we go for here CAD design, after that we go for crash analysis. After the crash analysis, we collected all the data in we confirm all whatever we are getting, the parameters should be in a specific limit. Okay, after that we go for the prototype, and after the prototype development, we say, okay, this is our chassis. Okay, so this is the flow. Okay, how the things are developed from design to actual implementation. Okay, so this is our chassis. Now in this chassis, this is the position of a real wheel. okay, and this is the position of the front wheel, okay, and here we have the position of the battery here, okay, this is the position of solar panel here, okay, this is your windscreen, okay, this is your control panel here, this is your steering system here, here we have your brake paddles and accelerator paddles, okay, and here you have the MPPT, okay, and other than that are nothing but what, just a wiring accessories and other small accessories we are going to discuss. I will show you definitely. Now next system what we have to discuss is steering system. Now see, in this system we finalize all the things, okay, now we have to go one by one. In a first phase we have to see vehicle development is a simultaneous process, okay, so in this we have to first discuss we have to discuss the steering system here. So in a steering system nowadays, the widely we use rack and pinion, but because of some constraint and the budget and the time schedule, we go for the lever arm steering. Lever arm steering means what? First, why we use? Because it's a weight is very light weighted compared to a rack and pinion, and the second, we are getting 1:1 ratio, okay, 1:1 turning ratio means what? So that we will get a response is very fast, and specifically it is very useful in corner, because we have to go for the endurance round. Endurance means what? We have to go for the race, okay, so in cornering point of view it is very useful. Again, I'm telling you guys, this is with respect to initial phase and the specific constraint. So this is nothing but what, the steering geometry which is designed in CATIA, okay, this is the front side of the vehicle, okay, this is the front side, you are looking the top view, okay, from the top view you can understand here. So this is the front view, and this is the front side, okay, and this is the rear side of the vehicle, okay. Here we have the hub motor, okay. Now in the steering system, what are the things what we required? Okay, obviously we required wheelbase, okay. Now wheelbase, okay, so wheelbase means what? It is a distance between the front wheel, front axis wheel and the rear axis wheel. Wheel track, it's a distance between these two tires, okay. Caster, camber, KPI, okay. I'm sure people are aware of caster, camber, because in here it's not possible to describe caster, camber and KPI, okay. So these are the basic things what we require to understand the steering geometry. Apart from that, these are the angles, alpha, okay, and here we have the inner angle, outer angle for steering from this side. This is the steering here, okay. So these are the basic parameters to understand the steering geometry, and these are the some calculation to find out the torque, okay. King-Peng torque is what, or tie rod forces is how much. After that, steering efforts. Steering efforts means what? This amount of efforts we require to steer, and obviously this is with respect to this standard IS. This particular standard is there, 11948 1999, okay. So this efforts is within a permissible limit, that what we have to prove. This is a CAD model what we develop, okay. This is a steering rod, steering arms and steering wheel, which is connected to ball joint. Again, further it is connected to, we'll discuss in practicality, okay. So this is nothing but what? The steering steering system, entire steering system, okay. You can easily observe here, okay. So this is the entire steering system, okay. Now this is the steering here, steering wheel, and the steering wheel is connected to the steering linkages with knuckle, or wheel. This part it is called as knuckle. I will highlight here. So this is knuckle, and this is our suspension system. The suspension system is connected to the steering linkages like this, and the steering linkages is connected to steering rod. Steering rod, it is connected to the steering wheel. Okay, and this is, again I'm telling you, it's a 1:1 turning ratio. That means if you turn 1 degree of the steering wheel, the wheels also turn 1 degree. Okay, see here, you observe this particular part here like this. Okay, this is the part that you can observe here. Okay, okay. Now next system is nothing but what? Braking system. See, in mechanical point of view, braking system is one of the important parameter while TI, that is technical inspection point of view, it is very important, braking system. Okay, you know, the main requirement of a braking system is nothing but what? Braking force should distribute it simultaneously, and vehicle should stop within a set limit. Okay, nowadays, you know, the combi brake system, CBS system or combi brake system, you know, in which we use the disc brake and drum brake here. Okay, see, in our system, in our design, in our system, what we are did, that is, we have the two independent reservoir we use. Okay, why? These are the two independent uh, system. Just a moment. Okay, two independent reservoir system is we use. Okay, here. Okay, and here this is a rear wheel. Okay, this is the master cylinder in which the fluid is there. We'll look at practical point of view. Master cylinder, reservoir, and these are the front wheel, and these are the nothing but what? Braking line. I mean fluid line, or what you are putting the braking oil, grade 4 is there. So this is the thing. Basically, this real wheel, which after I mean, this is the design, but in practically the real wheel, it is controlled by the electrical signals itself, or we can say drum brake. We use the drum brake. Okay, here we use the drum brake. Okay, and whatever you are looking at in front of here, these are control. The wheels are controlled, or we are use here the disc brake, DIS, disc brake. Okay, okay. So these are the thing. So this is nothing but what? This is the CAD model for brakes. Okay. So this is nothing but what we call the master cylinder. This is the master cylinder. Here we have the reservoir. Means what? We are pouring the oil here, brake oil. Okay, grade 4 brake oil. We are pouring the brake oil here, and this is the cylinder through which we are pressurizing the entire line. Okay, this is a brake pedal, and here it is accelerator pedal. Okay, so if you observe carefully here, the brake pedal, it is connected to the master cylinder via this plunger. Okay, see. So when you press the brake, the pressure is developed here. Okay, and the entire pressure line is connected to the this one, what you call, disc brake. Okay, here. So here we have the pressure line which is connected to the disc brake, or which is connected to the wheels via disc brake to control the vehicle. Okay, so this is the model. Okay, Next, now for the braking system, again I will not explain all entire thing here because of the constraint of time, but these are the input data what we have to understand while designing the braking system. Basically, we required here the weight of the vehicle, okay, complete weight of the vehicle. See, the my chassis weight is around 25 kgs, but we are considering here entire weight of the vehicle, including driver weight, including driver weight. Okay, and these are the nothing but what input data is required to design the braking system. Okay, and in between we have some formula we have to use. Okay, and we will get here the output. If you observe carefully, here we have the output, that is the stopping distance is 13 meter. Okay, that means when you apply the brake, within a 13 meter of a distance, vehicle should stop. Okay, within a 13 meter of the vehicle should stop. Okay, I'm repeating twice because this is very important from technical inspection point of view. And braking time is 1.95 seconds, means within a 1.95 seconds and within a 13 meters the vehicle should stop. How I get to know all these things? Obviously, from this is the input data what we required, or sometimes we have to consider some data, okay, as per our requirement. I mean, within a constraint, obviously we have to do so many things, so many research. We have to follow some research characteristics, and sometimes we have to use our own experience too. Okay, and here we have the use some formulas, and we will get to know, okay, these are the output we can expect from the given data. Okay. This is just a part of this system, that is what we design the disk. So this disk is definitely having, when you apply the forces, definitely there is some forces when you apply the energy, whatever we are applying, it is nothing but what, the thermal energy, and we have to find out the temperature distribution or the thermal analysis we have to find. Again, this thermal analysis we did in ANSYS here. Okay. Okay, so this is a thermal analysis, and when we get to know, okay, we don't have any issues regarding the regarding this braking system, specifically with the disk. Okay, so this is nothing but what, here for here you can observe we have the solid disk and ventilated disk. Okay, and we did the thermal analysis, and we will get to know, okay, from the thermal analysis point of view, it will sustain in braking with on your cycle time, with a cycle time of through maximum 2 to 3 hours. Okay, and obviously we know all the things, but we have to prove it from design point of view. So this is the thermal analysis. Okay, now this is a practically what we implemented on our vehicle. See, follow the flow. I initially you guys aware that we have to follow the sequence, that is design, CAD modeling, and the actual implementation. Design we discuss, CAD model I show, I mean in front of you, I just shown to you. After that, this is the actual implementation of the braking system. Okay, so if you observe carefully, this is nothing but what, the master cylinder, this is the reservoir. Okay, and this is the entire braking line. If you observe carefully, initially I told you there is nothing that whatever you are designing, it is not always comes on ground. Okay, so initially we designed for the 2 master cylinder, but one of the master cylinder was failed. Okay, so we have the very limited budget, very limited time, so we will go with just a 1 cylinder and 1 reservoir. If you observe carefully, this is the oil, the guy is pouring the oil here, and this is nothing but what, the pressure line or oil line basically, okay, which is connected to this caliper here, okay, here caliper, okay, which is connected to caliper, okay. Now this line you can say this is connected to caliper, and in between we have the disc brake. Here we have the disc, and disc is connected to the tire, okay. Disc is connected to the tire. So when you apply the brake, what happens? Pressure is developed, pressure is developed, pressure is developed, pressure is developed, and because of that pressure, in between these two plates, the disc is, you know, disc is compress or press, and because of that the vehicle, obviously the disc is connected to the tire, and because of that the vehicle stop. Basic understanding, okay. Now next system, see, till now what we completed chassis, okay. After that we completed to I think steering, and after that we looked at braking system, and now we are going to discuss the suspension, okay. Steering, braking, and suspension, okay. All these things are we cover, okay. Now we have to proceed with the suspension system here. Now in a suspension system, I think the sir is more aware of all the suspension system, I believe. So this is the suspension system. We so many types of suspension, you know, MacPherson we have, here we use wishbone type of suspension system, and for front and for rear we use the swing arm, okay. Now why we required a suspension here? Suspension's main important thing is nothing but what? Wheel should always connect on road surface, whatever the road surface is, it should always connect, maybe potholes, maybe some digs or whatever it may be, okay. It should always connect the wheels at any on any driving mode basically, okay. This is the fundamental things, okay. To design a suspension system, design means what? Design a suspension system, here we required a sprung weight, unsprung weight, okay. Sprung weight means what? This is the sprung weight, and unsprung weight is nothing but what? This is the unsprung weight, okay. After that the tire data, spring data, material, okay. Okay, here I forgot one point, that is what we suspension system, for to design a suspension system, we use the Lotus software, okay. We use the Lotus software in which all this data is required: the sprung, unsprung one, tire data, okay, spring data, and material related data. After that we have to define all joints, okay. Simulate the system for steering, bump, and cornering. See, in this position, I mean, in this, whenever the vehicle are in this particular mode, okay, or faces the bump or faces the cornering, what is the role or what are the data what we are getting from the suspension system? We have to simulate through this Lotus software, okay, and we'll get some graph for the different parameter, okay, and we can analyze, okay, these are the these particular parameters what we are getting from these all this input data, which is, if it is in acceptable limit, you can go for it, okay. So this is the CAD model of the front the MacPherson, what we use, a double wishbone type of suspension, okay. This is a front spring, this is a rear spring, this is a knuckle what we design, okay, as per our requirement. Knuckle also, I just want to tell you guys, you know, in the process of development of knuckle, initially it's a very costly part. Okay, this is very costly part. This is entirely, it is made up of aluminum. Okay, and through the through I mean we design with respect to what weight should be minimum. Okay, so that's the reason we choose the aluminum as our material. But guys, before proceeding with the aluminum material, we you know, we implemented with the help of 3D printing. Means with the help of, there is a one material called PLA. Okay, PLA, so which is very cheaply available. So we make this 3D printed this particular part with the help of this PLA material, and we confirm, okay, this is our final design. Okay, and after that we go for actual production or actual manufacturing, fabric manufacturing. If you observe carefully here, here you can observe just a small part of this knuckle. This is the knuckle here. Okay, this what we just now we discussed. This is a knuckle here. This knuckle is connected to the arms. Okay, and here if you observe, this is the spring here. This spring is connected to chassis, and I mean one eye of the spring, it is connected to chassis, and another eye, the lower eye, it is connected to this knuckle, and knuckle, it is connected to the wheel. Okay, so this is the system. Here you can observe, see, this is the disc brake which is connected to the wheel, and this is the part what we I'm telling you. So before actual implementation of, you know, before actual manufacturing of knuckle, we design or we make one prototype with the help of 3D printing. Okay, so this is the part. Okay, and we actually tested here. Okay, this is the position, and these are the small modification is required. Okay, these are the fixture what we are, you know, we implemented in our vehicle to do certain uh, arrangement regarding you know, caster, camber, and so that we can you know, adjust our wishbone suspension or wishbone basically. Okay, so why we required all this fixture? The synchronization between tire, suspension, and this knuckle. Okay, so that we'll get to know these are our path of line. Okay, so that's the reason we make these fixtures here. Yes, now you can easily observe here. Okay, so this is a knuckle what we develop. Okay, I mean manufactured, sorry. This is a suspension spring, wishbone here. Okay, this is the knuckle. You can observe here for, you know, 5 seconds here. See, this is a rear suspension system. This is a rear part of vehicle. Okay, so finally I mean finally we are discussing, you know, I mean discussing all the system. This is the CAD model basically, you know, in which you can easily observe here, that is, this is a wheel. Okay, this is the chassis. Okay, after that this is a steering. Okay, after that this is a suspension system. Okay, after that this is braking system. Okay, and this is the position of driver. This is nothing but what one more part which is very important, that is nothing but what, the rear wheel or BLDC hub motor. Okay, and here we have the real suspension. So this is the CAD model, and guys, these are nothing but what, actual implemented vehicle. Now I just want to highlight one particular point so that you can understand the difference between, you know, when you are, what happened, when you are doing the such kind of the project. If you observe carefully, here we have the two, here we have the two master cylinder, two individual what we can say, the braking system. But practically when we develop, we design, here we only use one particular um, uh, braking system which controls the front wheels. Okay, for real wheel we have the hub, this drum brakes. Okay, these are the some practical modification is required when you are under some you know some constraint. Okay, so this is the CAD model of the vehicle, and this is nothing but what, the actual implemented model. Okay, now if you observe carefully, here ground clearance is very less. Why? Because we design this particular vehicle with respect to endurance point of view, means racing point of view, and we know in when you are in a very high speed, the stability is very important. Okay, so ground clearance should be very less. You observe in, you know, many racing cars on a track, the racing cars ground clearance is very less, very less. Okay, our is about approx 10 to 12 centimeters. Now up to this we discuss, that is the entire mechanical system. Okay, entire mechanical system, steering from started with chassis. Okay, after that we discuss about the steering here. After that we discuss about the braking system here. Okay, after that we discuss about the suspension system here. Okay, suspension system here, and we are now going to discuss the electrical system, transmission system. Okay, now in transmission system or motor, see, basically here we understand, here we have to follow the methodology point of view, so that it is very easy to grab this particular thing. We have to find here torque at each wheel. Okay, plus we have to consider all the design parameter while selecting the motor. That means, what are the parameter? These are the parameter, that is maximum power is 2 kilowatt, operating voltage should be 48 volt, and you can use a PMDC or BLDC motor. Okay, and the vehicle should what, rear wheel drive only we have to use. Okay, so these are the basic, very basic and very crisp parameter we have to consider. And I mean, there are many other parameters are there, but for point of understanding, these are the some basic and fundamental parameters. Okay, now here when you are selecting the motor, obviously we have to consider the torque. Okay, obviously torque we have to consider. Torque, loading condition and unloading condition. Okay, in both the way, loading means what, when there is a no weight on motor, what is the torque, and when there is a, when you know, when you actually implemented or substituted in the vehicle, and the vehicle having its own weight with driver weight, what is the torque. Okay, And according to that, we have to study the different motors here. We studied the different motor, and we found, see, at that point of time it is very difficult to manufacture the motor, but in a version 3 we actually implemented our own motors. Okay, our own motors. So we studied a different motor here, and we'll get to know, okay, this is our specification and this is suitable for our design. Okay, all these are whatever we discuss, these are nothing but what simultaneous process. It's not the case, okay, this is done, this is done, this is no, it's a simultaneous process. Okay, simultaneously all these things occurs. Okay, and we modify or rectify the design and the and design and the whatever we are implementing in our vehicle. So we select the BLDC hub motor with controller, and we got sponsorship for this. Okay, when we present our proposal in front of the Hero Electric is interested to sponsor only the motor and controller. Okay, so this is the motor basically. Okay, so this is nothing but what, here if you observe the black color part, this is nothing but what BLDC means what, brushless DC motor, hub motor. Hub means what, it is a direct drive, that is directly it is connected to the wheels. And here if you observe, this is nothing but what, drum brake. Okay, this is nothing but what, drum brake, and this is the drum brake, it is connected to the brake pedals in front. Okay, so this is nothing but what, BLDC. Now its voltage, operating voltage is 48 volt, power rating is 1.5 kilowatt, RPM is 600 RPM, and obviously we the Hero Electric sponsor us for this. So this is nothing but what, so maximum speed of the vehicle with respect to all this data is we get it about 45 kilometer per hour, but on track we are getting around 39 42 in between, like that. It depends on driving mode basically. Okay, and the consumption of current. Okay, depends on that. So how it look, so this is nothing but what, the all wiring harnesses. Okay, this is the dash model prototype of dash board. Okay, and these all are nothing but what, wiring harnesses which connects all electrical system. And connect electrical system means what, battery is connected to the motor. Okay, motor is connected to the accelerator via cable. Here we have the motor controller. Okay, if you observe, and this was our experience that always there is a problem with motor controller. Okay, so we face so many problems. This is also the part of, I want to share the experience regarding the motor controller. Motor controller is a part, it's always fail and it is very dangerous. So we have to keep the spare part, standby part, we can say. So this is a thing. In version 1 we with a little bit modification in motor controller we implemented, but in after the next successive version we develop our own motor controller. Okay, here we have the dashboard. It is not complete on the, in this picture it is not completely visible, but partially you can see here. Okay, here we have the kill switch, here we have the ignition switch, other switches are also there, and indicators are indicators means what, the voltage indicator, current indicator, solar radiation indicator is also there. and headlight controller, like that. Okay, so these are the things implemented here. One more important part in this particular electrical system, that is nothing but what? Kill switch. Okay, if you observe carefully, these are the kill switch. Now these kill switch are very important in case of electrical failure or any case. Okay, because it's just certainly stop the vehicle, it's shut down the power from battery to motor, and the entire vehicle is stopped. Okay, now this particular kill switch, we place it nearby location through which the driver also access the kill switch. Also those who are other third person on what we can say, on pit, any person is available, he can also access the kill switch in case of any electrical failure. Okay, in electrical failure, you can say busting of batteries, or sometimes what happened, the driver should feel there is no control on the vehicle, so in that case he can just press the kill switch and vehicle get stopped. Okay, so these are the things. So we discuss in electrical system motors. Now we are going to discuss the battery here. So in battery, how we discuss. So just a moment. So in battery, how we select or how we design the battery specification based on these three driving mode. Okay, on this particular track. So this is a track on which this is a track on which our vehicle, you know, are run on this particular track. If you observe, there are so many turns are there. Okay, so according to that, we have to take care of this, all these turns and the road and the driving mode. Okay, so these are the things, these are the constraint given by the, you know, given by ISI. Okay, for heavy acceleration, time is 3 minutes. For mild acceleration, we consider 22 minutes, and for cruise, means at constant speed, the time is 65 minutes. The total time of driving on this particular track, it is 90 minutes. Okay, and the voltage is, operational voltage is fixed, that is no doubt, so it is very easy to understand, 48 volt. Okay, and the current required, obviously impedance, or what we can say resistance, is fixed. So for this particular time, with this volt we are getting, okay, this is the current. Okay, for mild acceleration, this is the current, and for cruise, this is the current. So this is a current requirement for each driving mode, and according to that mode, we calculated the what we can say energy consumption. Okay, energy power is nothing but what? VIT by 60. So we follow this particular formula, easy. Obviously some we have to follow some efficiencies and other allowance factor too here. Okay, so but basically in ideal condition, we follow this formula, we got the energy consumption with respect to each driving mode. Just okay, we got energy consumption with respect to each driving mode here. Okay, here I forgot to mention. Okay, but total energy required for entire driving mode is almost 1800 watt. Okay, almost 1800 watt. So current capacity, see why we are discussing all this thing, to designing the battery. Okay, designing the battery means what? These two parameters are very important. Okay, so these are this is the total current, sorry, total power required, to drive the vehicle in this particular mode for this period of time. Okay, so almost 1800 watt we got. Okay, voltage is fixed, and from that we'll get to know, okay, there are 37 ampere hour current is there, and after considering 20% safety margin and current for other accessories. Other accessories means what? The what we can say, the horn or the headlights. Okay, for that the we consider some current. Okay, and we'll get to know that is almost 46 ampere hour. Here it is important to consider the efficiency of the battery. Now it depends on which kind of the battery you are using. We select lithium ion battery here, Leon battery, what we are using in mobile phones or laptop. Leon, lithium ion. Okay, lithium ion battery, and we will get to know that is almost we require 58 ampere of current. Okay, 58 ampere of current. Initially we have to search for the battery pack. Okay, I mean we calculated, okay, this is the power, this is the ampere, this is the current, and according to that we will get to know, okay, somehow we require 58 ampere of current and 48 voltage. Okay, power consumption is, we discussed, 1800 watt. Okay, 1800 watt. If you remember, my motor power is almost 2000 watt. Okay, so we consider all these parameter and we do some market survey here, and we find the motor we battery like this 65 ampere, near about our specification. We get it 65 ampere hour and 48 volt. Okay, we got our battery. So these are the specification. This is the actual battery. Okay, now here small cells are there which is connected in series, parallel connections. I will show you. Okay, so these are the nothing but what, small cells are there like this. Okay, now approximate cost, if I want to, for this particular battery, it is around 80,000 to 1 lakh. Okay, so this is the battery set. Okay, this is nothing but what, entire battery. Okay, and these are the specification for the battery. See, our design specification are different from the what we get the battery here. It is high, it is on the higher side basically. Okay, charging voltage is 48 hour, current capacity is 65, and charging time is, no, it's not 7 hour, it is more than that. It took a little bit more than that. It's 9 to 10 hours it take. Okay, depends on which kind of the charger we are using. Okay, so discharge timing is almost 3 hours. Okay, at with respect to what, with respect to all this driving mode. Okay, for this period of time. So discharge time is almost 3. That means if you implemented this particular battery in your system, you are with respect to your driving mode, it will take almost 3 hours. It run for 3 hours. Okay, so after discussing motor, battery, now we have to discuss the solar panel. See, if you observe, there are in the market, there are so many electrical vehicles are there, but nobody is using the solar panel. Why? Because the solar panel is not so much efficient with respect to power consumption or power output. And second thing is nothing but what, it is quite heavy. Okay, it is quite heavy, but in our design constraint, we have to use the solar panel. That's the reason we use solar panel here. Now to design a solar panel, we should understood here already, we know that is what we required. Power, we already know that is this much amount of the power we required. Okay, so according to that, we initially we don't have the option to manufacture the solar panel because it is a very complex and the costlier process initially. But after period of time, we successfully manufactured the flexible solar panel. Right now in the current, I mean in a version 1, we just find out the suitable specification, and according to that we surveyed, we search for the panels. Okay, and we got to know the requirement is about 185 watt, and we initially we go for the polycrystalline. Okay, having the efficiency is almost I think 10 to 12%. Okay, but since these polycrystalline panels are quite, we required 3 panels and we don't get a one particular panel which satisfied our requirement of 450 watt. Okay, we required minimum 450 watt, but later on we got monocrystalline panel. Also this particular monocrystalline panel, that is the capacity to deliver a power output about 450 watt. Okay, now in on racetrack we have to run the vehicle without the battery, yeah, but with the help of only solar panel. So to fulfill this particular condition, we required almost 450 watt of energy. Again I am telling you, we are in a very short period of time, at that period of time with a specific constraint and a specific budget. Okay, so I have to follow all this constraint and I have to take the decision. So that is the case, we selected the 450 watt of panel, monocrystalline, highly efficient compared to all these 3. Okay, here just those who are non-electrical background, the thin film is amorphous kind of solar panel having efficiency 8 to 10%. Polycrystalline is little bit efficiency 11 to 12%, I guess, and the monocrystalline is about 13 to 20% efficiency. Okay, and one more solar panel I recently got to know, that is CPC. Okay, having CPC means what? Constant photovoltaic cell. That is efficiency is almost 41%, if I'm not wrong. Okay, but again I am repeating this thing in when we are looking a big bulls of this electrical vehicle, they are not using the solar panel. Reason very easy, simple to understand, it is not so much efficient. Second reason is it is quite heavy, and still we don't have the technology through which we can use efficient energy from the solar panel, portable solar panel. That is the case here, that you have to understand. Okay, so finally the summary of this particular slide is that nothing but what the requirement is 450 watt of energy. We selected the monocrystalline panel, that is this, having the efficiency 18 to 20%, but definitely we get a little bit 13 to 20%. We get efficiency about 13.5 point something like that almost. See here, you can observe 13.5. Okay, now solar panel, it is connected to MPPT. MPPT means what? It is just a voltage stabilizer, basically you can say, maximum power point tracking, and this is nothing but what? The entire diagram. Honestly speaking, I am not design entire this MPPT. I am just having look whether this particular thing is workable or not, and I'm giving the constraint to my team. Okay, this is the thing we have to develop, and these are the our limitation. According to that, my team is develop MPPT. Okay, I'll show you to you. So this is nothing but what MPPT practically how it look like this. Okay, MPPT means what? It is a such kind of the system which extract maximum power from the solar cell with a at a suitable radiation and under some under some atmospheric temperature, solar panel cell temperature, and it gives the most efficient voltage to the our entire system. Okay, so MPPT it is connected to the solar panel. Okay, MPPT it is connected to the solar panel basically. So this is the thing here. So how it look like this. So this is a CAD model, this is a solar panel. Slowly we implemented small things here. Okay, a small thing means what? Mechanical system, after that electrical electronic system, like that. So this is the final CAD model, and this is our test vehicle. Okay, that what, if you observe carefully, I told you these are the monocrystalline solar panel, this is the battery, and here it is not mentioned the MP, I mean in this picture it's not it's not available here, the MPPT, but MPPT is somewhere around here. So this is the position of MPPT, this is a battery, and this is the motor. If you observe carefully, the motor cable is like this. Okay, like this. It is connected to the accelerator via motor controller. Here we have the motor controller. Okay, now MPPT is connected to the solar panel. This is MPPT. MPPT is connected to solar panel. It is connected to the motor battery controller, BMS. It is connected to the BMS here. BMS is connected to the battery. Okay, battery is again connected to the motor via motor controller, and we are controlling entire system with accelerator. Okay, accelerator means what? We are just changing its resistance so that we can control the current. According to control, if the current is more, obviously the acceleration of the vehicle is increases, like that. Small simple functionality. And here we have entire control wiring harness, all entire electrical part of the wiring harness. Okay, I told you initially about the kill switch. So this is the position of kill switch here. One more position is on dashboard, one more position on that side here, somewhere here, the chassis side on left hand side. Okay, this is the small video so that you will get to know the testing after the implementation of electromechanical so this is a test mode. Basically, we after the implementing all electromechanical system, so this is a small video just after the implementation all the system we have to test on road whether it is working or not. And this is the final model, final electrical vehicle. Okay, so this is nothing but what? All entire system we install on vehicles. If you observe carefully what we just discussed in past, I think 45-50 minutes, so all things are implemented: solar panel, MPPT, the battery. In between battery and the driver seat we have the shield here, okay, and other necessary accessories for safety point of view, point of time. This is the control panel here, okay, headlight. After that the suspension, okay, all these things we implemented, okay, and so many things are there, but in very short period of time it is unable to discuss all the things, okay, but these are you observe. And here if you observe here, this is written TIOK, means technical inspection, okay, that means they check your braking system, I mean the braking time and braking distance, okay, and after that they check the all safety procedure followed or not, okay, and also they check you have the proper gears or not, and after that they put this particular sticker on the screen, okay. So this is the thing. This is just I want to show you, I mean this is the second version of our vehicle, far better than the first version, okay. So this is the speed is almost 60-65 kilometers per hour. Here we use the flexible solar panel with water resistance implementation. Now the entire project is sponsored by Siemens, and this is a two-seater. I'll show you some small video, and this is just a track, one of the mode, on the mode through which they are judgmenting the vehicle. I'll show you small video. They're checking the cornering on the track. This is a monocoque. Maybe you guys you are not getting the videos, but if you want I'll put it, I'll send to the sir, you can have it. And this is nothing but what, after after participating in this championship, we won all this prize money, and not just about its prize money but the title, that is we are in a second runner up in a just first attempt, okay. We have some in Pune Mirror we have some articles, okay. So these are the results, and in a second version we almost most important what we can say, the champion titles we got it on our, okay. So these are nothing some glimpse. This is a third vehicle, okay, best design, best crosswear, lightweight, hill climb, okay, and the championship. So this is the entire journey or experience, practical experience in front of you from my side. Thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can contact me at any point of time, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir, for
I'm
the
sure.
nice presentation and the
Yes,
work that you have done at your research lab.
yes,
And definitely, this will be helpful to our professors and the research scholar.
yes,
They
yes,
may
yes.
do such kind of things in their research lab or carry
Mhm,
out this same kind of work for the electric vehicle from their research
mhm,
scholar or maybe from their PhD student.
mhm. Can
Yeah,
I, sir, can I say something for
yeah,
two
yes,
minutes?
of course.
Little. See, I'm requesting all faculty members and the fellows, you can learn when you are giving something to the students. So in practical fashion you have to deliver to the your students. And when you get all these things when you are involved in such kind of the project, so this is very small. Okay, I am not a great guy to tell you all these things, but uh, I just want to tell you, tell you this thing, requesting you all the professor that you have to implement, you have to do such kind of the design related things or practically implementation related things in field of electrical vehicle. That is the requirement in as a India. If you are looking, this is such kind of the thing is required.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank
this
you
is
very
just
much.
a small this is a small efforts in this particular field
Yes.
from my side. Thank you
So
very
such
much.
kind of things also, sir, going on in VJTI also.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, I know,
students
I know.
are participating in Baha.
Yes,
Actually, they
yes, yes,
already done work, but
yes.
unfortunately, they are not available for this during this session or during this period.
Mhm. But sir, I know that VGTI team is also competing to us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I know.
I know, sir, I know. But this is a great team. I know. I visited some of the
Such
people
kind of
from your.
work should be, irrespective of any competition, should be carried out in
As
any of the institute throughout the Maharashtra. I think so, or throughout the
yes,
India. Yeah.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
any
yes,
of
yes.
the professor, please, I request and open the forum for all the professor and research scholar. If any query, please ask to the Akshay Mastut sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for the nice session and the nice presentation. Thanks to
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, dear professors and research scholar, we'll meet at 2:15 p.m. our last session, and after that there will be examination test for the multiple choice question. Thank you. We'll see at 2:50. Thank you, sir. Mastut sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. From my side also.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, I am audible to all of you. Is there anybody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, our last session will be at 2:15 accurately. Okay, because we have to finish at 3:15. I don't have much time, and after that we have to start our test. Test will be for 40 marks, having 20 questions. Okay, so be there. It is compulsory, and I have already updated on the our group that I have to update the marks. And until and unless I will not update